Mel.
Brandon.
Mel Moore, episode 10.
I'm glad to see you.
Friday.
Friday indeed.
Where were you today? Work session.
Oh, well, I'm retired, so I'm too busy.
Floating in the pool? Enjoying the real life?
I was.
You missed a doozy.
That's what I understand. I went to a quick, and what did I miss? Pray tell.
Well, Tamara Niles resigned as city attorney.
So there'll be no Tamara? Tamara?
No, you're right. You're finally right about something.
Oh, funny. You get it. Oh. I'm amazed. I'm not amazed that...
Tomorrow will be a better day.
Really, for everybody. Including Tamara.
Probably so.
I think so, too. I don't think her heart was in it.
Not anymore. Or any less.
Okay. Yeah. But, I mean, she'd already... Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway.
So they briefly touched on that. Nick decided how he was going to... His intention to replace her. He's got somebody in mind for an interim position. You ready for another?
Yeah. Bam. Dead shoulder.
He's got an interim guy or interim gal lined up to replace her, and then they're going to go through a bidding process or a proposal process. We got there.
This is a Goose Island.
Is that the same folks that make the
yes, it is.
The vodka? Goose vodka?
Oh.
Or different people? Those are
How many Goose Islands are there?
Oh, I don't know.
This is 1312 dry hopped urban wheat ale. Whatever the hell
312.
that is.
312.
What did I say?
1312.
Yeah, I'm so dyslexic. Shit. Can't believe I made it this far. So now back to how's this work?
He's got somebody in mind he's going to bring to the commission next week and say, hey, here's our interim guy or gal. I don't know who it is. He didn't divulge it. However, they're going to put together some type of and I think Nick was mostly right on this. There's only really one thing that he said that it kind of turned me off, but Nick's going to put out like a job posting based on description and requirements, and two different jobs. One for municipal court prosecutor, the other for the city legal counsel attorney. And I think that's a good move to split them up. I think Nick's on the right track there.
Why?
Because mostly from a redundancy standpoint.
Is there any overlap between them?
Not really, but it would be nice in the event that one of them's out on vacation or medical leave or something, you have some redundancy. And the way currently it is in Tamara's contract is.
Well, would he pick a firm or an individual?
It could be either, for that matter.
Well, why? And how's this selection process?
Well, what he crafted up today, or at least depicted to the commission and the folks that were there, which just a few citizens there, but that he would put out basically a job description and try to get try to drag some people in, maybe from even out of town, besides the local attorneys or law firms that we have here, and see what he can get.
Now,
what I think he's on the right track is he's splitting the two up, and then he's basically going out for bid with it.
That'd be a good idea.
And so I think he's on the right track. The one thing he said that bothered me, or I didn't like, is his interview panel, which he'd already kind of dreamt this up. And I don't know if he's been thinking about this or he just figured all this out in the last day or so. But
we know what we know.
We know what we know, and the rest is history.
That's right.
But he was pretty matter of fact on his interview process, which was going to be the police chief, the county attorney, and a couple commissioners, maybe three. And while all that sounds fine, I really think all five commissioners ought to be there.
Well, how does the hierarchical table lay out?
Today or tomorrow?
Forever. I mean, who does the city attorney work for?
Well, currently the way the org chart works, the commission's at the top.
Yeah.
Although it should be the people are at the top.
Well, people. Well, I think it says the thing's got a block of people, and then the 5 commissioners.
Yeah, but then
I think it does.
Okay, but yeah, we got it somewhere over here.
Yeah, it's here.
But anyhow, it's got Nick and the city attorney, the city manager and the city attorney, both underneath the city commissioners.
And the arrows lead from the city commissioners directly to them.
Yep, and then there's a line in between, so it's like it's a lateral position from a city attorney or city manager.
And who's doing this selection?
Well, according to Nick, it's going to be the police chief who works for Nick. The police chief, Nick, 2 to 3 city commissioners, and the county attorney. I think it ought to at least be all 5 city commissioners because they're the elected people or appointed in Jim's case, but they were chosen by the people. So
it should be this. It should be the sole selection of the city commission. If everybody else wants to.
Well, ultimately, they had the say because it is at least in her particular case, it's a contract and there's a resolution that supports their contract.
Yeah, but the only people that actually are in the selection process are 2 commissioners.
What I'm saying is that's my problem with what he's saying, and I think there ought to be. I think all the commissioners ought to interview the candidates.
Absolutely, I think it should be all the commissioners. If the police chief, chief of police, and the city county attorney, and
so be it.
Nick want to sit around and interject, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the selection, these are the representatives of the people, not him.
Yeah.
He's not the selecting process. They are.
That's correct.
And I am offended that it would be any other way.
Well, that's just what he depicted.
These damn side deals, and that's how we got where we are now.
That's how we got hurt in the first place.
Very problem right there.
And I've got something I'm going to post and share, but I went on the World Wide Web. For those of you kids that don't know what that is, that's www.
That's where all the porno comes from. Yeah, I know where it's at.
www.
Yes.
World Wide Web. Anyhow, went out there. I went and looked what some of the other cities are doing, and I'm not saying this is gospel or this is the way it's going to be, but I kind of took our own draft at it. And it's very common for when cities get in this situation that they put out a request for proposal.
Sure.
And they put just like when you and I are trying to, companies come and solicit us to do work, they put out an idea of what they want, and then guys like you and I go and bid on it. Well, this is no different. The city needs to put out a request for proposal, and I'll attach it in the video, but I kind of drafted one up. I didn't know it'd do that.
Wow.
Wow, all right, we're back on. Get cut off for a second. But anyhow, the request for proposal, what I was thinking is put that out there. The companies get to come to you and say, as I said to companies, as attorney firms, get to come to you and say, here's what we're willing to do for this price.
Here's our scope.
Here's what we want to do.
Here's who we are. Here's what we can do.
And then let it lie that away.
And if they give those scopes or
statement of work, as we call them in my business.
In mine they're called scope proposal. Give those to each of the commissioners and let them review them all. And I don't care how many other people have something to say about it. That's fine. But the decisions with the 5 commissioners, nobody else. Nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm offended at the way it's always been done. In any of these level decisions that the commission's almost sidetracked on it, and a lot of times even on larger city projects where the commissioners never know anything about it until it's presented to them. They're never involved in the lead up to it, and so they're basing their decision based on what everybody's telling them, not actual front hand, first hand, immediate information. It's always second hand, third hand, thought by somebody else.
Yep.
And I think that you can't do it. Shouldn't do it that way.
No, I think if they don't present it in front of all the commissioners, I think they're hiding something. That's just what I see.
And that's what it looks like too. And perception,
even if it's not, that's the perception.
Yeah, the perception is so, and it would actually be so. It would be that way because if it doesn't work out, then what were you guys hiding? Why were you hiding something? What are you drinking?
A Dunkel.
Oh. Nazi beer.
I think so. Oh, I'm glad that didn't hit me in my face. Boy, that'd have been a Pat Kelly.
Oh, it hit him right in the eye. That's horrible. That was horrible.
So that's the news on that. I guess we'll find out next week what's really going to shake out, who they're and whoever they go after as their interim guy or gal. That might that might tell a little bit more about who they're favoring towards or something. I don't know.
Well, even the interim selection, they should put that proposal. Who wants to be the interim person? I mean, I don't like this where somebody goes out and selects somebody, because they select somebody based on their buddy, their little boyfriend, who they want to bolster them for whatever.
You say boyfriend again
I said,
on this show? I thought I condemned you from ever calling politicians' friends boyfriends.
You did, and so does everybody else. But all that is increases my fervor to say it. For some reason, being
You should always say that. How's that land with you?
oh, I wouldn't say that. It's a horrible thing to say. When they pick their boyfriends, it's nefarious. I mean, it is nefarious. It's not what it should be. And I know I would do that. I would pick somebody that was pro me or pro my agenda versus that's not what we want.
No, it's not what we want.
It's not, and that's not what
We got to pick the best candidate we can.
Absolutely, the best for the town in general, not for the agenda of who's ever sitting there.
So
They'll come and go.
yeah, I'm kind of over this conversation, this topic. I want to talk about something else real quick. You got a minute? You got time?
We're going to talk about your boyfriends? Okay.
So, as I was driving at the commission meeting today, or the work session, the grass at Country Mart is tall. And everybody's struggling to keep the grass cut right now. And so I was in this work session, and I was trying to just be quiet and be my typical self and try not to interject like you do. But I went and asked, I said, are we fining people for grass being tall? Nick kind of held his head low and said, yeah, we are. And I'm like, you guys can't be fining people for the grass being tall right now, because there's all kinds of city property all over this town that's got grass that's tall. And I really, it just sets wrong. I mean, you guys got to have your own, you guys got to have it together before you start throwing eggs at people. It's just, I don't get it. So I hope they're not. I hope he misspoke and that's not the case, but
He misspoke that they're not. He said they are.
He said they are, but I mean, I hope it was just they haven't done it recently. I don't know. It bugs me. You go down the water treatment plant or
my God,
or
that's
hike,
what I was going to say.
or the hike and bike trail.
Anything that they're responsible for. But of course, for some reason, they got street department cutting grass. They got the water department cutting grass.
But at the new water plant, they're not even cutting their own grass. They've got some landscaping company cutting it. So it looks beautiful.
Sure.
It's the new pride and joy of the town.
Yeah, and
so another big topic coming up Tuesday night, which we're going to try to get together between now and Monday and shoot another little work session on the bridge meeting, which will be next Tuesday at the Brown Center, I believe, between the county and the city. It'll be one you guys won't want to miss. You should go, and my guess is Jim Seibert will talk on behalf of the city and everybody in the city. He's so wound up over it, and then the county will make all the excuses in the world why we can't fix the bridge. And anyhow, I don't know how it'll go yet, but that's my guess. But we'll try to get something together on that for Monday, maybe.
well, sure, and then logically, but in my head, that bridge needs to be refixed.
Well, Jay brought up a good point today.
Nah, whatever.
He kind of canceled one out because here's one that back on the replacing Tamara thing or tomorrow. Replacing her, he wants to wait till January when after the election and we got new candidates in there before we pick somebody.
Well, wait a minute. I thought only two commissioners are going to be involved.
I don't know.
So
Jay wants to wait till next year, which I disagree with.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done.
Get
it
done.
fixed. But he had a good point about the bridge and the meeting tomorrow, which
he wants to wait till the bridge also.
No. But he had two good points about the bridge. One is the Madison Bridge going over the Arkansas has been closed for the last 10 months or something.
Yep.
Had we not allowed Chestnut Bridge to close crossing the Arkansas umpteen years ago, that's been closed for over a decade now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People wouldn't have to drive all the way around Lovers Lane or Casino Road all the way around.
Sure.
Because if we would have invested in that bridge, or the county would have. And the other good point he brought up was the census is coming up this year. And, according to Jay, what he thinks, and Nick, is Ark City and Parkerfield and IXL and all the little surroundings around Ark City, that little hubble of Ark City. The way the commissioners are laid out, Winfield has the most representation for the county.
Yes.
Which isn't right.
Gerrymandering.
And so the hope is once that all comes to fruition after the census, we can go to the county and say, or county or state or however that works. I don't really know that yet. We'll have to let the producer look that up, but figure out how we get more say in the county to represent Ark City, because we've got the greater population within the county. And I think we do. I mean, Ark City's clearly bigger than Winfield. Clearly have more drama.
Or maybe there should be 5 county commissioners.
Yeah, maybe it should be 5.
I mean,
that's a good point.
At the rate they're paying them, I'd like that job.
Yeah. We should run.
That might fail. Leave it to those people. I'd rather. If
So, Jay had 2 good points today.
That's a shocker.
We can all be shocked on a Friday.
I am shocked.
What else you got?
Nah, it's regular stuff. There's plenty to talk about. But
I want to get into that bridge on Monday. We're going to talk about that.
If we have some more to talk about, yeah, that's fine. It's another valuable Heron topic. I mean, it absolutely is. What the outcome should be. Oh, yeah. We can talk about it before they meet.
I think we should. Try to get some people to go.
Yeah, put the bug in some people's ear.
It'd be nice to fill the Brown Center. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't know how many they have at the last one, at the county deal. There was a lot of people there, wasn't there?
Not that many.
Oh, really? Oh. Well, the people that had the dog in the fight are the people over there, and they don't want to show up and get overruled. But still, the object of the city is to maintain the integrity of the city, and that is part of the integrity of the city. We can't keep.
Hell, our water goes across, and it's pretty important.
Well, I don't know where they came with that 250,000 to pour across that Rock River. I don't know where they came up with that number. That's the number Nick threw out in this meeting. I'm hard pressed to see it be that cheap.
You mean to bore through all the rock and under the river and back up through the rock?
Back up a hard turn back up, yeah. That'd be a very hard bore. Those are tough, but maybe you know something I don't know.
It can be done.
It can be done. Well, it can be done if you got money. There's lots of things can be done. They could open cut it. It's been done before. It's what they used to do in the old days. They'd actually cut the banks down on both sides, and they would actually coffer dam half the river, reroute it, lay half the pipe, and then cap it off and run the river the other direction, lay that half the pipe. That's how it was done throughout history. And now with our directional boring ability,
how does it feel to be that old? It must really suck.
I look down on everybody. I'm thinking, they didn't know this stuff? Huh.
What was it like before dirt was here?
It was nice. It was nice. It was all flowers. There wasn't any dirt. It was grass and flowers. You people have ruined it for everybody. Damn climate changers.
Anything else?
Nah.
Any last words for we partake out of here?
Good night, Irene.
Good night, Irene.
No, what was it?
What you put on there earlier? Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Just off a Friday.
Bye, Felicia. That means no tomorrow, or the next day.
But there was a Friday and a next Friday.
And this is
the irony's so thick. I mean, it's Friday, and then there's next Friday, and then there's no tomorrow, but there's Bye Felicia.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
It is funny, and the humor's tragic at the same time. But you got to roll on. I don't know. Maybe they have a term limit also. Maybe they shouldn't be here too long.
Term limits. I'm up for that.
Yeah, because they get entrenched.
That'd
And
get,
they build those little thieves, and you can't get them out.
They'd get Jay out of there. He's been doing it for 12 years.
You just said he did something good.
Hey, got to give credit where credit's due.
I would have had to hear it. I don't believe it.
Of course you don't.
I can't, because I know what I know.
But you know how we are. They say
know how
something
we are.
wise, we'll give them credit.
Yeah. Indeed. And that's true. They do something. Yeah. And what you would like is to reverse all your bad thoughts. It's easy to do. It's just so easy to let go. It's so easy to let go than to harbor bad stuff. Give me a reason to let go. That's all I'm asking. Do something right.
I'm up with term limits, so that's a great idea. That would be a whole episode around term limits and county and city commission.
There's plenty of these people to go around.
Oh, really?
And
there's so many people. Winfield couldn't even get enough people to sign up last year, I don't think.
Oh, dear God, yeah. And I don't know if it's a time constraint or the feeling of helplessness
or people like us that talk about them.
Well, what happened when we were in office?
Oh, God, it was awful.
Dear God, I've been attacked. I mean,
I hated it.
I didn't hate it, but it was such a futile thing. It was just like, oh, come on, are you kidding me? We went through this Shippo deal, the same exact
10 years
thing.
ago,
Yeah,
12 years ago.
yeah, the same exact thing. So this is ridiculous, and it's still, well, this is what we do, And I hold a certain segment of the population accountable for this thing, and the way the voting scheme that some of them use, well, they're just going to vote for one person. Everybody in their block just vote for one person, make sure that person gets in, and everybody else would.
We're going to talk more about elections too coming up, right?
Hopefully we interview some candidates.
We got some candidates that are committed to coming on, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So coming up, lots to happen.
Make it a better world, better, brighter world.
Better, brighter Arc City.
Goodbye, Felicia.
Night.